Hello. In this video I'm going to introduce you all to the EDU285 WordPress site. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to edu285.wordpress.com, and we like to use WordPress because it's a free service, and online education and distance learning is becoming an increasingly important tool in education and international development. So we thought it was important to host the class site and activities using a free online service. So I'll walk you through a couple important aspects of the site. First, you'll notice that it's a blog layout, so that means that the home page is going to be the most recent post. And what we're looking at here is at the beginning of each week we're going to be looking at specific themes. And so this week you'll see we're looking at education for peace and education in conflict. So your professors will, at the beginning of the week, post a kind of summary of the topic. It's usually accompanied by a video that's embedded right into the page, so you can watch it before you read the summary. As you scroll down, you'll see that we list the readings and watching assignments due the next class. So you have the list exactly right there. All those readings are linkable, and all the videos are linkable as well, so you just click the download button and it downloads right to your computer. And then we also provide a few thought-provoking questions that we'd like you to keep in mind as you go through the readings and you watch the videos. So that's what kind of a summarizing blog post that your professors will put together will look like each week. Then, as in the blog format layout, you'll also see some of the blogs that you and your classmates will be writing. So here you'll see Partners in Health, a Right to Play, and Right to Play. This is a blog post that one of the students posted looking at a specific education or training program focusing on education for health. Your professors will also post the learning plan for each class the day of each class. So this was Education for Health Promotion. It was on Wednesday, March 7th. And you'll see we lay out what we're actually going to be doing during the class. And this week we had a series of debates with different propositions. So again, you'll see blog posts, you'll see learning plans, and you'll see summarizing posts from your professors. And one quick way to see all those is on the right-hand side of the page, you can see a categories section, and you can select different categories. So if you wanted to see all the learning plans from previous semesters, you just click on learning plans, and then it is automatically filtered, and you'll see the list of all the learning plans. Now the other thing that we do in this class is after each class we ask students to reflect on what they experienced during that particular session. And we do that by asking them to post reflections. So for example, on Wednesday, February 8th, we looked at approaches to education. We posted the learning plan, and at the bottom, in the comments section, after the class, students went in and posted what their aha moment was from the class, if they had one. So something that they found particularly interesting, or they learned something new, they thought, oh, I didn't think about that before, or it helped them crystallize an idea that they had had. And then also their what I would like to learn more moment. Since we just scratched the surface of a lot of issues here, that's the second thing that the students add in their reflection post at the end. So it's a great way for students to see what each of them are learning, and a great way for the professors to kind of have constant evaluation of what they're doing. The other thing that we do in the class is, again, if we go and look at the summarizing posts, which are stored under reading questions or discussion questions, the students read the discussion questions that we post, but they also post their own discussion questions as a comment. So again, in our Education for Health Promotion summarizing post, you'll see students did the reading, they watched the videos, and then they posted their own thought-provoking questions. And then each week, the professors, we pick 4 of these questions that we think are particularly interesting, and we start each class in small group discussions that are based off of or based around these 4 questions that we selected from the students. The other thing you'll notice on the right side of the screen is we do have a class Twitter feed. And our Twitter handle is at EDU285. So anytime someone tweets from this account, it shows up on the right-hand side of the web page. And these are all articles and news stories that are related to the topic of education for international development, and it's a great way for students to stay up to date with current events. And you just click on the link right there in the Twitter feed, and it should open up in your web browser. This was a nice article, in fact, because it reminded us of a student project that some students did the first semester we taught this class, where they set up an actual education training program for communities to brew their own beer, which we thought was funny at the time, but when we found this article, we thought this was a good connection to that, back to that. Okay, some other important features on this website you'll find at the top of the page. Even though most of the action is happening here in the home page, which you just can always access by going back and clicking home, or the title of the page, EDU285. Here, if you go over the About tab, you'll see information about your professors, and this is where you will see our contact information, email address, phone number, additional information about our bios. In the About section, you also find information about the School for Education, Teaching, and Health, different policies, resources, academic integrity guidelines and services, and so forth. Standard information you'll find on most syllabi. Then in the syllabus section, you'll see an overview, which is just, again, contact information about your professors, description of the course, and the specific course objectives. Then at the bottom, you'll see these links to course requirements, course description, meet the professors, and download a PDF version of the syllabus, so you can access all those sections through these links, or you can access most of those back up here at the syllabus tab. So let's take a look at requirements. This is a key part of a website that we want to make sure everybody reads carefully. And this goes over all the different assignments and how they're being evaluated. So blog postings, 20% of the grade, outlining what you're being asked to do, online participation, talking about posting your discussion questions before the class and posting your reflections after the class. This is shown here. Class participation, final exam, and team projects. And again, evaluation and how the grades break down. Then again, let's go to course schedule, but you can access it here at this link or access it at the top again. Class schedule is also going to be an important place for you to visit because it goes through each week the key questions that we're going to look at around that theme. The reading and watching assignments due next class, which is another important thing for students to keep in mind, is that yes, these readings and videos are listed under January 25th, but that's when you should start reading them, and then we're going to discuss them the following class on February 1st. So again, you'll scroll in here and you'll be able to see again a breakdown of all the key themes, the key questions we're looking at, the reading and watching assignments, all that you can access by clicking on the links. So there's no purchasing of any books. At least this semester there's no purchasing of any books. And you'll notice here we've got readings, probably about 2 readings each week, a couple videos, some of which are going to be required, some of which are going to be optional. And then we also have something called Visit, and those are organizations and websites that are related to the topic we're going to be looking at. And again, it's just something that is optional, that if you want to get an organizational view of some of these topics, those are some websites that we would encourage you to visit. So that's the schedule section that we encourage you to look back on. The one thing we will say though is that the schedule, is written up, before the class begins, so it's all ready to go, and we do reserve the right as professors to change up some of the reading and watching assignments as we go through the semester, depending on the interest of the students. And so the best place to learn or to figure out what it is you're supposed to be reading that week is to actually go to the home page and look at the reading and watching assignments that are posted in the summary blog post from your professors. That's where the most up-to-date, accurate list of assignments will be found. And then you also have this readings section, and that's just, again, readings, videos, and websites. Those are just pages that archive all the readings. So if you want to go and see all the readings all together, kind of like a bibliography, you can download them there as well. Readings, videos, again, videos, they are all linkable with little descriptions. And then websites, those are mostly just organizations that we might address at some point throughout the semester. They're also, the website section is also a great place to go to if in writing your blog post, you'll read it in the requirements section, but it asks you to identify and analyze a specific education and training program that is implemented by an organization, an international development organization or institution. And if you're having a struggle finding one, this is a good place to start because these are some really great organizations. And then the last thing we're going to look at is how to log in to the site. So if you do not have a WordPress account, you'll need to get one. And you can do that by setting up an account using WordPress. And the best way to do that is literally just to go to wordpress.com. And you go to sign up at the top, and then it asks you for basic information. Now, we're not asking you to start your own blog, so you can actually sign up for just a username. If you don't want to blog, you can sign up for just a username, and again, that's what we would recommend that you do, since we're not asking you to actually start your own blog. So if you sign up for just a username, you fill out all this information just like you would for any social media website. And you sign up and then you get your account. Then at some point you're actually going to get an invitation from your professors to join the class website, EDU285, as an author. And then when you go in to post your blog, you go to the login, you put in your username and password, and this will take you to the website's dashboard. And I'm logging in under my account, so I'll probably have a little more access and there'll be a little more information here that as an author you may not be able to see, but you will be able to add a post, and that's the most important thing that you need to know how to do. So on the left hand side you'll see posts, scroll over that, click Add New, and then this will take you to an editing window. And so we definitely want you to add a title, and then you can insert all your content here, and all the instructions on what we're looking for in the blog post are in the requirements section of the website that we went through already. The other thing we'd like you to do after you've inserted your content, you put in your title, is we want you to select a category. So if your blog post is about education for economic growth, we want you to select economic growth. And of course this is also a student blog. So those are the two categories that you would use if you're writing a post on education for economic growth, etc. And then once you're done, well, the other thing is, you can insert pictures and add media and things like that. We're not required, but if you want to experiment with that a little bit, you're encouraged to do so. So once you put your title and you've inserted your content, you can preview to see what it looks like, to make sure that it's formatted well, you're happy with what it looks like. So again, that's just a preview of it. And then you can click publish. And once you click publish, that will make it viewable on the home page of the website. And it'll be up on the web, ready for everyone to read, including your professors. And one thing we would recommend, if you're worried about losing your work, you can type up your blog post in a Word document and save it as you go throughout, and then when you're done with it, you can cut and paste it right into this window. And yeah, so you publish it, and then you can just get taken right back to the website when you're done. So that is the EDU285.wordpress.com website in a nutshell, and we hope you have fun navigating it and using it throughout the semester.